everyone? Welcome back to Chad's Home. Today we have a very special guest, my partner in all of this. The only reason that Chad's Home is successful and looks good and crispy, the man behind the camera, Mr. Robert Aaron Nuñez. What's up, dude?
What's up?
So, I mean, I don't know what to really where to start because there's a few different topics. Like we should have definitely talk about Chad's Home stuff, but also just your photography and like being a photographer. So I think we should start there because that's where a lot of people know you from. And in addition to what you do with Chad's Home and what you do with Nothing Mag and all these things, you're also an indie photographer and a shot for like the drums and just a bunch of bands and other things like baseball and other stuff. So yeah, let's dig into the photography side of things. Why photography? Why did you like start, and when did you know that you wanted to like be a photographer?
Um, I don't even know. I guess so. Like my mom had gotten me like a Coolpix camera like when I was like in high school. Um, and I just always had this little camera, and I was always taking pictures of just like random stuff. It wasn't like anything special. It was just I saw something, I took a picture. So I guess that was probably like the first time that I like realized I like photography. But it wasn't until maybe 2013, like the iPhones got a little bit better, like with camera quality. There was someone I followed on Instagram that ended up working for the Dodgers. So he would take photos at Dodger games with his phone, but like from like a different perspective. So it wasn't just like someone swinging the bat or just a typical like boring baseball photo. Like he made it really interesting. Like from that day, like my mind was just like, and from that moment, like I like really just want to like do this whole like photography thing. Like not music at the time. It was just more like baseball and just trying to use my iPhone as like best as like possible. And I guess like after that moment, I really started like paying attention to like my album covers, my posters, like thinking back from when I was little, like things I used to see that I was just really into. And I really didn't understand why. And I guess maybe that's like it was starting to like click. Like I need to do something with like media, like just
Mm.
photos. And yeah, eventually it led me to buying like a better camera, like 5 years down the line, just because I was bored and I just had the money. And then now with that camera, I'm like doing all this photo stuff.
That's so crazy. So your first venture was really just like iPhone photography?
Yeah. So like I bought this. I think it was called like I don't know how it says like an oleo clip or something. You attach it and it had like a fisheye lens and had a macro. I thought I was all bad with that little thing. I was taking pictures of like everything, and like I had like the sickest iPhone. Well, I thought I did. I had like the sickest iPhone like photos, like in my old Instagram. I was like taking pictures of like my food, of like plants, of my shoes. And I look at them now, they're really bad. They suck, but it got me like going into the direction of like wanting to like seeing things differently than what I normally would see when I look at something.
Yeah, totally. So is that where you credit like your vision, I guess? If that's like your eye for photography, do you think it's from like how I don't know how you saw that guy who took pictures for the Dodgers or like album art and stuff? Like, did that help kind of open your mind to seeing things in a different perspective? I guess.
I think so because before that, I mean, I would just take photos just to have a photo of something. Like I would just do it like straight on, or like I wouldn't really think of like taking from different angles or like the perspective of something. And then with the iPhone, I guess because I didn't have like a nice camera, I was trying to do the most to make my iPhone look like a DSLR or something. So I guess that really, and then once I started doing that, I started paying attention to like other photographers and like seeing how like I would look at a photo and study it and like like how did they like take this like from what angle or what did they do, and then I would mess with it in my own different way, and like things started to click, and then I ended up taking a photo class, and then from there like things just started like to make sense. Like I was just doing things, I didn't know why I was doing them. I didn't know they were called certain names or like there was like a
Mm-hmm.
style of something. I was just doing it, and then yeah, so I was basically learning all the basics just from looking at other people's stuff and just exploring.
Nice.
So,
So, what's something that like somebody who might be interested in photography but hasn't like dug in whatsoever, like what's something that might surprise them once they start becoming a photographer? Like what's something like you had no idea about until you started actually doing things and you're like, "Oh wow, I had no idea like this was a part of like being a photographer."
um, I don't know. I guess from when I first started, well, I guess for one, for me, like it was just how expensive everything is. Like it's not cheap at all. If you want to get like nice stuff, like it's not cheap. Um,
That's a big one.
I guess just I don't know. I guess for like for me, from what I've learned, like okay, so prior to like taking photos at shows, I was always going to shows, going to festivals, and I always was like, man, I just wish I could be at the observatory taking pictures of Kendrick Lamar and Schoolboy Q and shooting at Coachella and Camp Flogna and all these things, like all these shows. I was like, it must be like super hard to do it. You need all this fancy equipment. But what I learned is you just gotta ask or you just gotta email, you just gotta try, and it's really that easy. Like I mean, obviously you're not gonna just email like however like Camp Flogna like to get passes and you're gonna get in right away. But I just found it just you just email manager or email the band or even just DM the band or artist or whatever, and it's like that easy. I guess that's the only thing like from getting into photography. Just try, just ask, and
Yeah.
then who knows what you can do.
Yeah. I love that. And that because that's how you got into shooting for like the Fox, right? And you did that one festival, um, and just kind of got in those. And also, how did you get like the drums shoot? Did you just go to the show and start taking pictures, or like how did?
Um, well, because I shot them twice.
Okay.
So the first time was the first time I ever like took my camera to the show. Um, like because I had tickets to the show and I didn't really want to go because I was gonna go by myself because I had went like a week prior with my brother and he couldn't go to this one. Um, so I was just gonna let the ticket go to waste. But my friend convinced me like just go to the show. Like he's like you should just take your camera. Like just go take your camera and try to take pictures. Like you like taking pictures. And I was like I don't know. So like an hour before the show, I just finally drove down to Santa Ana. I went. Well, an hour before the show, I emailed them asking like, "Are cameras allowed?" They're like, "Yeah, bring your camera. Like it's cool." So like, all right, sick. So I went to the show, got there, had my camera, and just like started taking pictures. And like I was like, "This is pretty sick. This is like pretty not easy, but like it was cool." So that one, I already had a ticket, and then since the venue allowed you to go in with your camera, like it was like that simple. I was able to take pictures of the drums. The second time I went to Portland, I emailed I think it was like their manager or something, and I asked them if I could shoot the show because I'm gonna be in Portland. And they're like, yeah, it's cool. Like, it's like just when you get there, just give them your name and you'll get a ticket and your wristband. Like it was that easy.
That's
So
sick.
I went and then took the photos. After I sent it to them because like once you take through pictures, like you can email it to the band members, email it to whoever you emailed it originally, just so they can have it. So if they want to use it or post it or something, like they can. So like I emailed it to them, and then I think Johnny posted it for like his tours for their tours. He reposted it for something, using it as like a flyer. I was like, that's pretty
So
cool.
sick.
The drums used, my image.
That's so sick. Yeah. Are you proud? Or do you have like a certain shot or something that you were the most like shocked about that somebody used? Because I know like the Pears used your shot in the old Inglewood apartment for like their Amoeba show. I know you've had like cover arts and like profile pictures on Spotify just from like the stuff we've done. But were you ever like shocked to see like, oh wow, this is my work and it's now in yada yada yada?
I guess the Red Pears one, only because you were taking their picture because they thought it'd be funny and cool to take that photo. And I just pulled out my camera real quick and I just took it. And then I sent it to them and they liked it. And I didn't think like anything of that picture. I was like, it's just going to be a chill on their camera roll. It's just going to be a photo to have.
Yeah.
And then, it's like at Amoeba where I buy my records. I walked in, it was all along the wall. It was like on this little digital board. I was like, this is really cool. Like it's my photo is inside this place.
Yeah. That was super dope.
Yeah.
That was super dope. Do you have like a dream artist that you'd want to shoot? Like I know you mentioned Kendrick and Schoolboy. Like the TDE crew would obviously be super sick. And I know you're into just a ton of different types of artists. But is there someone in mind that like sticks out above the rest?
Tyler the Creator, Flatbush Zombies, mostly like rappers. I mean, it would have been sick to take pictures of Chester from Linkin Park. That would have been like, I probably would have cried on the inside.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably if I could like work with anybody and like doing anything, whether it's just taking a photo for whatever. It'd be Tyler Creator, Flatbush Zombies. Kanye would be cool, but
That'd be
mainly
crazy.
Tyler, and then Flatbush Zombies.
What have you tried shooting at Golf Way?
Yeah, I well no well the festival.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
emailed them last year, but I did it a little too late, so I was on the waiting list. So I was
Yeah.
kind of bummed out. So I was like, this year I was like, all right, I'm emailing super early. Like I'm gonna figure out all these deadlines to all these festivals, and then now COVID. So
Yeah. I know it's a bummer. Do you like shooting live or do you prefer shooting in like a studio where it's more controlled?
I like live.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just like it's just raw. Like you can't really duplicate that photo because it could be a different venue, it could be a different part of the stage, different lighting. Like it's just like different
Yeah.
emotions you're feeling while they're performing. Like
Yeah.
so you have that one shot. Like if you miss that one shot, that's it. Like somebody else might got it,
Yeah.
and that photo might be used for whatever reasons. And I rather, I mean, as of right now, just because like I have, I guess, more experience doing live, and I'm barely starting with like the studio portrait. I rather do it live.
Yeah. What do studio? Because I feel like there's so many things that go into getting a good picture, like your relationship with the model, like getting from the directing side, like getting them to do something that feels natural, like looks good, and then the more technical things like the lighting and your camera settings and your lens and all that stuff. Is there like one thing that makes a picture in your opinion, or like the most important thing to focus on, if say like if you're just a normal photographer trying to start, like is like one key thing that you would really try to focus in on?
I would say lighting because, well, I don't know, because even then, because like sometimes you'll see like whoever's modeling is like they're dressed all nicely, they have like something cool on, like the pose is all have like this dope pose. Then like the lighting's kind of trash, but like sometimes it works. Like maybe it was like meant to look like that. But I guess just for me, lighting, like it's like if you have to, like it starts with a good lighting to be able to take like a good like image.
Yeah.
So, and then I guess I mean for me it's a little difficult because like I'm still trying to understand the whole lighting thing. Like you would think you set up a light over here and the light here, and then it's gonna work, but sometimes it just doesn't. Like it has to be a certain distance or like a certain
Yeah.
like yeah, it's just lighting.
Yeah, I feel like that's so many. It's like trial and error too, right? Like even for us with the chat zone stuff, like we always try to like do different things with that, but it's tough to get it perfect. But with what you were just talking about with lighting, like, and for all the gearheads out there, is there a specific like light that you use or that you recommend? Like, what's your kit look like?
That I recommend, I don't know, I might be using the wrong stuff. That's probably my whole issue. I have, I'm like, I buy things like I'll see a video, I'm like, oh look, like that looks like it works, and I'll go and spend money and buy it, and then like 2 weeks later, I actually do more research, and then probably like this probably wasn't the best thing to buy for you. I was like, like that kind of makes sense because I'm struggling. So like, the first light I got was a continuous light, and it's like an Aperture Lightstorm something Mark II. I don't really remember what it's called. It's like a long line. It's a continuous light. So like it's what I'm using right now for this. So like the light is it's just gonna be on and it's gonna be nice light that you can use. It's mainly for video. So like I was using it for photo. So my issue was I only had one light source, and like so if I'm moving like this and I'm trying to like do all these little movements or like they're moving their hair, moving their clothes, and I try to take a picture, this light isn't bright enough to be able to stop all that. So you're gonna get kind of a blur. So if you're like looking for that kind of look, it'll work. Or you can like really change your settings and then you can freeze their movement, but then you're gonna have like a lot of like what's it called, like I guess like grain in your image. So I bought a strobe which like it flashes, and I don't have it here.
Is that the one where like you when you take the picture it
Yeah,
flashes, so it like hooks up to your camera?
yeah, so that one's really bright. So that one you can be able to freeze motion. So if someone jumps, you're gonna be able to freeze the motion.
Ah, got it.
And that one you have a little bit more control of like what you do. That one I'm liking a whole lot more using because I could use one of those, and the image can like come out pretty good. Like it's like so like I can set up the strobe that flashes on this side, and I might only have one. So so I'll take the photo, and then all this is like properly exposed and lit, and over here is all dark. But I have like this cheap little foam board that I took from something that I bought, and then I put it on this side, and then when you shoot it, it bounces off, and then this side is all nice and lit. So
That's sick. Yeah, I feel like that's another skill set that a lot of photographers may not know is just like being crafty. Like you don't have to buy everything. Like I know that you in the studio have created like emulated all these things that could be so expensive, but then you just kind of like do them on your own, which is super cool.
yeah, because sometimes if you really look at behind the scenes of people's photos, you think they might have like all this nice equipment, but it's like super DIY. They have like just random things hanging everywhere. Like you can make almost anything work. Like yeah, you can go ahead and buy a few lights and spend like thousands of dollars, but you still, for one, you still gotta know how to use it. Just because you have it doesn't mean you're gonna use it well. Like I have certain things and I probably don't use it the best that you can probably use it, but other people we can have like a less expensive light and all these just random like pieces of paper or pieces of wood and make light bounce all different types of ways because they really understand lighting and they can really make it work. So I'm like trying to get to that point of understanding like how light travels and bounces, shadows and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, speaking of like all these people who really are like making it in photography, what does a career really like look like? Like people that could fund their lives and like live in houses and stuff, like all the big people. What's that like career path? You know what I mean? Like is it they pay you for shoots or they get paid by like brands to go do like shoots for them or they get paid to like fly over around the world and tour with a band or like you know what I mean like what's like a money thing like when does the money start for photographers?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know. I mean, I guess just from like people that I know or that like I've like followed and I kind of like wanted to kind of be like them. They're more like on the video side, so like they'll film like music videos and stuff like that. So I guess once you start, I don't know, I guess just being booked often. Like you don't have one shoot a month, and it's like not very much. Like I guess if you're constantly having like big projects, I don't know how much they get paid. Like obviously, some of the people that I follow, they don't do too much work, or at least they're not showing they're doing too much work, and they put it out like over time. But I mean, they got some nice cars, and they're living nice, and they're just making like simple videos,
Yeah.
but they're doing it for like some big rappers, so like they probably get paid very well. Yeah, I'm not too sure how like what's the path to like
Yeah.
make photography or videography like your full time job to where not to where it's like you're doing it and like you're struggling and you're just trying to get shoots like any shoots. It doesn't really matter to you like what the concept or what it is. You're just trying to do it just to make the money. Like if it's to the point where you can just constantly do things that you want to do and that you like, things that you believe in, and people you want to work with, and it's paying you nicely, and you're not really like struggling that way. Like I don't know, it's like how to get to
Yeah. I
that
feel you.
point.
I feel you.
I'm curious, like what's
Yeah.
the path like to get there.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, video, like you said, is a big thing. And that's something, obviously, your work with what we do is exceptional, but I know there's so much more to do in video. Like, do you want to do music videos or like record commercials or like any of that stuff? Like, do you want to get more into the film and video space?
I want to do all of it. I want anything that involves creating anything. I want to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Like if someone wants to make a commercial, someone wants a product shot of whatever, if someone wants a music video, like anything. Like I want to be able to like know how to do it, like all of that stuff.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Maybe if I can like specialize in, like I guess like right now, I don't really have anything that I'm like straight focused, like trying to like specialize on something, which could be an issue because I'm not like directing my attention like at one thing. I'm just like open to a bunch of different things, but I feel like maybe eventually that could help because like I'm not just, oh no, I can't do photo, or no, I can't do certain things. I'm only like this. Like I want to be able to do it all. Like I've tried a few times, and I mean I need to learn. Like I don't know I don't know the first thing when it comes to like video production. Like if someone were to come in here what we're doing and they watch us and they're like a video production student or whatever it's called, they're probably like, you're doing everything so wrong. Like, where's your little clicker? Where's your mark for this? Where's your, like, they're gonna be like freaking out. Like, how are you guys doing this? Like, no, this isn't right. Like, we're breaking so many rules.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know those rules. I never went to school for it. I'm trying to learn. Like, I'll see little videos and I'm like, oh, okay, we should do that. And then I'll bring it into here and I start like doing it to try to make it more like legit. Like, this is like how it's done.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's so funny, dude. We're so DIY in that sense. Like, it's great. So speaking of chat zone stuff, and it's a good segue because I want to talk about how we first met and like how we started working together. It was because of Sad Park, which is an amazing band that everyone should listen to. But I threw a show at the Smell, and I saw you there, and you were doing video. And then what happened? I think I saw. Did you post it or the band posted it or something?
well, I posted it. I posted photos and I posted the video, which was like very terrible. Like it was not good at all. But South Park, they loved it. They reposted it, and I guess you probably saw it. And so then after that, you DM'd me, asking if I was interested in doing a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And at the time, I never read it. I was just like, "Who's this Chad dude?" Like hitting me up, like, "Get out! Like, you want to do a YouTube channel? Like, I don't even know you. Like, I don't even do video. Like that was one of the first videos that I like ever like recorded."
The Sad Park one?
Yeah, and I was like, this dude wants me to help him. Like, there's so many other people out there that probably know what they're doing. And I said, yeah. I was like, I didn't think it was gonna happen because it happened. I think like 2.5 months later, we finally like, did it. But up to that point, I was like, this isn't real. Like, he's just he's BSing. Like, this isn't gonna be a thing.
And here we are. It's like almost 2 years in. Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, that show was in like May or June of 2019, I think. So we're coming up on it, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. And I remember that night too. I had walked in and no one checked my ticket, and so I was just in there walking around, and then you came up to me, and then you're like, you asked me like, well, do I have a wristband that I check in or something? You were like asking me all these questions. Like, in my mind, I was like, who is this guy? Like, why is he bothering me? I was like, I don't know. Like, yes, I paid my ticket. Like, I can show you my ticket. Because I think you asked me too, like, if I'm with the band, what am I shooting? Like, why am I shooting? What am I doing? I was like, I'm just here just cause, like,
yeah.
You want to know.
Dude, I think that was my first show that I ever threw at the Smell, and so I was trying to like be super careful with everything because Jim was like trusting me at the door to like check everyone and make sure everyone like had their like bands and all that stuff. So I was being like super like paranoid, like, oh shit, Jim's gonna like never let me throw a show here again if I let somebody in without a wristband or something.
You failed. I was there for like 20 minutes.
I hope Jim doesn't watch this. But yeah, dude, I mean that was so cool because like you said, like you're down for everything, and so it was super cool that you were just some random guy and I was just some random guy and that you were down, and then like yeah, we just talked about it I think like once before we actually did the shoot, and I was like, hey, like Beach Bums and Sad Park are gonna come in on this day, like let's do it. Let's like here's some gear that I'm gonna rent. Like it was crazy. Like thinking back, it's like we had no idea who each other were, and we just like started in. What do you think about those? What were you about to say?
Well, so what was crazy too about that is we had like no practice or anything before. Like I literally showed up that day, and I was like, "Hey, Chad, what's up?" I don't even know what I told you my name was, Robert or Aaron. Whatever.
I think it was Aaron.
And we just walk in, and then like. I was kind of nervous. I was like, dude, I'm about to like blow this dude's channel. Like, he's really trusting me right now to do this. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, all I'm gonna do is just press record. I even bought a gimbal because I was like freaking out. I was like, this like, it's like I need to make sure like I put some effort into this and try to make it look good. So I went and bought a gimbal. I didn't know how to use the gimbal. I was like we're really just going in.
That's
even practicing.
That's
there
so
was
funny.
no practice involved. Like I got there, like where does the lights go? I was like, I don't know, like over there on the opposite side of each other, pointing somewhere. But yeah, so you asked about the video. Now when I look back at them, Yeah, they need new videos.
Dude,
There was
go ahead.
there was one point. So I guess either when I was editing, I didn't see it, or I didn't care, or I thought it probably looked cool. So at first too, when I was filming, I thought down low shooting up would be like the sickest angle. It wasn't. And then I would walk, I would start on the right side where the drums were usually in the corner, and then I would go. And as I was going, the tripod's right here, and I'm just like slow, and then the whole tripod is just in the shot of. I'm like you didn't tell me anything. Like you were like, hey Robert, like this, you can't have the tripod in there like that. Like cut to the wide or something. Like we just like I was like, oh my god.
I thought it
So
looked sick.
we need a new video. I got you. It'll be better.
Dude, I swear though, like there's two shots of that first day that are still some of my favorite shots. There's one of Jonathan on guitar, and it's like you're in on his hands, and then like you come up like right when he starts singing, and it's super smooth and super sick. And then there's one Sad Park shot on Graham, like when he's like singing, but then he like smiles, and it's just like so like homey and so just like warm. You know what I mean? And but I feel like my big mess up in those beginning ones was how we like colored the things, because we were just like throwing filters, because like I had no idea how to color, and like you were starting to color too, and then putting the little house logo just like floating in the middle. Like it looks so bad.
Oh yeah, you showed me that one.
It's
I
so
didn't.
funny. Yeah, I love it. But we learned, and there's some sick
Those videos
videos.
are like really blue and cold, and then I started to really like look at it, and then I saw there was like green in there, and then yeah, the coloring
Yeah.
is getting better.
Yeah.
That's a whole another thing. Like you gotta shoot the thing, you gotta know the right settings to shoot the thing, you gotta know the lighting, you gotta know like the frame rate, you gotta know. Then you gotta like how to edit right, and then you have the whole coloring. And then before, like when we were exporting it, we were having issues with like the
Yeah.
quality. I was like, this is so much stuff. I thought I
Yeah.
was just gonna record, edit, and that's like simple.
Yeah. No,
A
seriously.
lot. I mean, it's that simple if you don't care about it. But if you want to try to make it look good and like get better, there's like a whole lot to it. That like I watched an hour-long video the other day of color grading,
Oh, nice.
and like it just went like one ear out the other. I didn't get it. I was like, they're just pulling stuff and all these different things. They're saying all these words I don't understand. I wrote them down. I was like, I don't understand what's happening, but I'm gonna watch it again so I can just figure it out.
Yeah. See, that's what's super cool, and that's the thing I think I appreciate most about you, like as like a partner in this, because you actually have a lot of pride and like care for what you put out. I feel like a lot of people just are like, yeah, just film it, put it out, whatever, and like they don't really care about the professionalism or just like making it look good, or like your best. You always put your best foot forward, no matter what. And even speaking of that, like some of the art, like the Archero episode was the third episode, and then like we got into the Swells and like all these bands, and it got really good like really quick. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you figured whatever out, like and even the first two videos like aren't that bad. It was more like a post thing that was wrong. You know what I mean? So yeah, with that being said, do you have like a certain shot in your head that you did at Chad's home that you're most proud of, or like a session that you're like, damn, like I really killed it, like that recording was sick?
Um, well, there's been times where I thought that I was recording it, and in my head I was like, oh, I can't wait to watch this when I get home. And I get home and watch it, and I'm just like, I missed completely. I wasn't it. And then I never tried it again. But I don't know. I think, mm, I think there was like a stretch. I guess it was like the most fun that I had like recording it. So I think it was like Fast and Jackson, Strawberry Army, Asiatica, Carter Ace, like a lot of those videos. I feel like I was starting to like understand stuff more, and like I was getting a little bit better at following like what they were doing. And then like I would listen to like if I didn't know the song, I would listen to it to the music, so that way like I can like if they're doing something like down here, I can like go there and then move up to the face like as I start to sing.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think if there's one like shot that I don't remember. I mean, I obviously have a couple because I made like a little reel, and I was like all like the best that I thought would like look really cool. But I can't right now. I can't think of
Yeah.
of any. I just know like those sessions, like well, I guess the Strawberry Army one was fun because like they're moving around, and I guess
Yeah,
the Netflix one was cool too.
yeah, yeah,
I did move around a lot though. I should have like stood still. I was trying to follow too much.
yeah. Dude, it was really funny. Oh, say that again.
Like, I guess just those like would be like my favorite.
Yeah, it's really funny. There's one comment on a on the Make Out Reef YouTube channel, and the comment was like, I was trying to learn how to play the third song, but the camera guy was moving around too much. Shake my head, and like this, like I replied or somebody else replied. It was just like, dude, like that's not what the camera guy's there for. Is like it's not a tutorial. So I was like, oh, that's tight that people came to your defense because it's like, yeah, that's not the point of these videos, guys. Like we're not doing tutorials on how to play these songs.
I know because sometimes too when like when I'm recording, I'm just thinking like, do I like because I try not to like get stuck in one spot too much, since like it just is the one camera and I gotta like move. But there's times where just like I don't know like where I should just stay. So like, should I just get whoever's singing, just get them singing, or should I get people's hands? Do people even want to see that? Do they not care about it? Like if I show the hands or whatever, are they like, we don't like we don't want to see, we want to see them sing. Like
Yeah,
cut this angle.
yeah, it's tough. I mean, that's always your advice. Is always like, what would you want to see? What do you want to see? Like to me, or like with merch, like hey, like what would you want to wear, kind of thing. So with that, is there like a certain video sessions, like the KEXP sessions, the Tiny Desk sessions, Mahogany, like that you really respect or that you hold like high? Jam in the Van. There's a ton of them.
KEXP. That's what like I really really wanted to like. Well, I wanted to work for them. Like and so like a while back, when I was before I started before I even had like my like the camera I have now. I would always watch those sessions and I would just be like, man, like I want to do that. Everything's just so clean, like just from like I don't know what they record with. They probably I mean, obviously they have way better cameras than I have, but just like the lighting and just like the angles that they shoot from, it's just so nice. Like I could watch it without any audio and I'm good. I'll just watch the whole thing. That and then Tiny Desk, but the tight shot. I love the tight shot on Tiny Desk. It's just so clean.
Yeah, yeah. I saw you repost the like Freddie Gibbs one. That was sick.
I like. I have it. I was watching like a 1 minute like little loop. I was just there. I was in my car. I got out of work. I was just like, I forgot I had to leave home. I was just watching it. I was like, oh man. Like this is so good. It's so clean.
Yeah, I watched the Mac Miller one a lot. The NPR Mac Miller one's so sick, so sick. Yeah. Do you have a favorite episode? I know it's a tough question, but a favorite Chad's Home episode?
I don't know. I guess all my favorites are like the ones where I just got to move a lot.
Yeah.
Moving, so it was like I wasn't just there. Like Strawberry Army was really fun to do because like I think they got on the drums.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
they're upside down in the chair. So like I got to like Carter Ace did like a little what's it called? When he did his entrance, he was like hiding behind something and he comes up and he's like, hi there. Like that was like a cool little thing to like follow. I guess just anyone like Fashion Jackson, like he kind of like got more like into like the camera, like stuff like that. Like those were like, I guess it wasn't like a full, like it was just like moments. Like those were like my favorite.
Right.
But I don't know. It's kind of tough. There's like a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
Like recently, I really like Buddha Trixie's. That one was fun.
Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a ton of them.
Say all.
Yeah, seriously. Deathlands was super crazy too. That was super fun. That was just like a good night, because it was the last session of the day, and we were just like all chilling, had a couple of beers, like just hanging out in the apartment.
I think the last sessions are always like the best.
Yeah.
It's always just like we're done, and then you just kind of like hang out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not recently.
Right.
Yeah. We're not hanging out, everybody.
Yeah. Don't worry. Home. Yeah, that's so true, dude. I miss that in Inglewood, just like at the first studio, just chilling.
Like we played Uno, Car Race.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was sick. Oh man. So what just like last question before we get into some fan questions, but do you have like a certain goal in mind, like going forward, that you want to do with photo and video? Like, is it just booking as many sessions as you can for 2021 safely, obviously? Trying to do more video. Like, what's like your immediate goals?
Um, well, I guess for this year, I don't really know. I just guess keep practicing, keep like I'm just really just trying to practice. Like I'm just trying to get in as much shoots as I can, whether it's for like even if it's for fun, just like I understand lighting. So like when I do end up getting to have bigger shoots, like I already know like if I put certain lights certain places, like how to like make that work. But like that's for like for this year, that's like what I kind of want to do.
Nice.
But I guess like overall, like I just want to shoot. I want to be able to shoot for like a specific artist. I want to like have a photo on some kind of magazine, like whatever magazine it could be. A billboard would be sick. And then yeah, work with Tyler Creator.
Nice. I
That's
love it. And then one quick thing too, metronome. I know that you were before everything shut down. Like you had thrown a show, and like we're starting to kick that up again. Like, is that something you want to keep doing once you can? Like, get back to throwing shows.
um I don't know. I've been like back and forth. So I guess like in a way that means like I shouldn't do it because I could probably just I mean I probably still will, but I'd probably just do it under like my Instagram name and just like have like when I want to have a show, if I want to see certain artists together, it's like hey like let's do this show and then I'll do it under I guess my Instagram name. But I don't know.
Nice.
I mean I really wanted to before the whole COVID thing happened. Like I had like ideas and plans, but since then it's kind of just been. I mean I guess because like I talked to you about it like how it could only not just be like something I throw shows with. It could be like a whole like a production side of it. So
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen with that. As of right now, it's just what I'm doing with my
Yeah.
Instagram. Everything can still fall under that.
Nice. Yeah, big things to come for sure. I know that we've been talking about some cool things that we hopefully can do in like 2022. So we'll see. But yeah, with that, a couple people had asked some questions, so I want to get into this real quick. What shot or shoot are you most proud of?
Um, I think there's a couple. So like, I think Shoreline Mafia at the Fox, uh, Jasper Bones, and then what's it called, Puma Blue. Those are probably like when I took those and like when I seen them on my screen, and then recently when I printed them, I was like, oh man, like I did that. I was like, I pressed that button to get this. I think those are probably like my most like shots that like I like the most. Like I'm probably, like if someone were to say like, show me something that you've done, I would like get that out and just like show them like this right here.
Hell yeah. Yeah, those are
Just
sick.
like just like the colors and I don't I guess like the composition. Well, the composition's kind of boring. Like it's just a straight up shot, but like the Puma Blue, he's like I think he's like yelling and he's like you just like see the emotion while he's playing.
Yeah. Yeah, those are sick. I got the Tropa Mexica and Cherry Glazer, I think, prints, and
Yeah,
those are super tight. Those are super. It's cool that you've shot for like all these big artists. Like, that's dope.
a lot of them too are like when I first started. Like it was just I thought I was gonna have like all these big shows by like a year later because it was just so easy to shoot all these artists because I just asked.
Yeah,
Just ask people. That's all you gotta do. Just ask.
exactly.
You won't know if you don't ask. If they say no, they say no.
It's the best advice.
Ask somebody else.
Best advice. Straight up. All right. So, what was your first camera setup? You kind of already talked about it, but your first
Yeah.
your first DSLR camera setup, I guess.
I had a Canon Rebel T3i, I think it was. Yeah. Just the lens that came with it. Nothing special. I think it had like a little zoom lens on it. And that one I would take to Dodger games all the time. That camera. That's pretty much what it was used for. Just to go to Dodger games. Like it wasn't anything crazy.
Are you
I, Do I still have that? I think I gave that to my cousin.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, that
What
was my first.
what'd you upgrade to?
Canon 6D Mark II.
Okay, that's the one that you've been filming.
Yeah, so it's a nice little jump. And then I got a
Yeah.
Sony A7 III.
The
And then
Sony.
one thing about like I don't know anything about cameras. I don't know anything about lenses. I don't know anything about a lot of that stuff. Which is like it's probably bad. I don't like really know my stuff because like some people come up to me and they're tugging all these little specs and all this camera with this body with this and this. I'm like I don't know what you're talking about. I just get whatever it says is like one of the best lenses that you could use for something. I buy it and I use it. Like I don't really know too much about all that.
Yeah. I don't think you need to. You're rolling already. You're rolling good. That Sony's super crispy.
Yeah, it really is.
It's crazy.
And for the price range that it is, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Another one just came in actually. What setting is your favorite type of photography, and where do you want to shoot next? So I think they mean like um, music or sports or like you already mentioned you like the live concert setting, but is there like different avenues I guess that you would want to shoot in besides
Mhm.
music?
I'd want to do. I want to do like sports, like baseball, or like. So I guess either like at live events for like Dodger games, or even any other like professional sporting events, or like how they do it for like when photos go on the billboards or anything for like promo or like marketing. Like it would be really cool to like have like Corey Seager or somebody right here in the studio. I'm just like taking pictures of them. Like that'd be one thing that'd be pretty cool. And then I guess like fashion. Like it'd be really cool to do like fashion editorial type stuff. That like that's I guess that's when I like watch videos or like when I read whatever. Like that's like one thing I really study. Like I buy books. I have like I look at like images. Like I have all kinds of like books and stuff that I just look at images and study like their poses and like the lighting and try to understand it. Because for me, posing people is really hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are two different things that like eventually down the line I'd want to do. Because I could do that until I'm like 90.
Yeah. True.
I'm not running around or carrying anything heavy. Sit down in this chair, press the button. Damn.
Done. Yeah, I love it. And do you get inspiration from a certain photographer, or do you get it more from just like shots? Like, do you follow certain photographers and just love everything they do, or do you just see something and you're like, dang, like that's something I want to do? You know what I mean?
Kind of both. Because like there's times I'll see because like a lot of my phone is just pictures of like when I'm driving around. I'll stop and pull over and I'll take a picture of something, or I'm even at the store and I see like I just have random pictures of just stuff everywhere that's out in the world. I don't know who did it. So I sometimes try to look it up to see who took it. But sometimes it shows, other times it doesn't. Like I said, I have like my magazines that I'll go through, and then there's like a few people I follow on Instagram. I don't remember their names, but like when I see a photo, like, I already know it's theirs.
Yeah.
Like I see like, oh, that's sick, and then I look down and like, okay, yeah, I got thoughts up.
Yeah.
Like, there was one. I think his name is what's his name? I think it's like Mika Carter. I think he just took a picture of J Lo. That came out like really good. And then there's one with Tyler Mitchell. I actually got his book over here, and then he does some pretty good shots. Like they've been killing it lately. They've been getting like a lot of opportunities to do a bunch of different magazine covers, and different shoots, and they're pretty good.
That's sick. That's sick. Yeah, dude. We gotta see your stuff in like Thrasher or like something. Would you want to do any like skate shots?
Anything. That'd be cool. I have my little strobe light. I see how they do it. They throw it up there and just and then now because the Sony that I got, that shutter speed on that thing is crazy fast. So like if they do something on a 10 stare or whatever, I'm gonna get like pretty much the whole sequence.
Dude,
Do it.
I think you'd kill that game, man. Honestly, like I've been meaning to tell you that. I feel like you should start hitting up skaters. It just sucks because you kind of have to know how to skate sometimes for like the follows if you want to do like video,
Yeah.
but just for straight photo, like I think you'd get some crazy shots.
I could ride the board enough. But,
Hell yeah.
like, I'm just kind of scared because if I do hit like a rock or something, like
Yeah, it's an expensive camera.
right down on my lens, that's a lot of money that I don't really want to spend to replace.
Yeah, seriously. Um, And then the last thing, the slums. Our friends, the slums, ask, what is a recent show or movie that you like and would recommend?
Mandalorian. I mean, I don't watch TV really. I mean, it's just sports, and then that's pretty much it. So like the only thing I watched recently was Mandalorian. I watched it all in like 2 days, I think. I love Star Wars. Anything Star Wars, I love Star Wars. So
Good answer. Good answer. Well, dope, man. I mean, thank you for everything you do for Chad's Home and everything you're going to be doing for all these bands. I say it all the time, but you're insane if you're a band and you're not hitting up Robert to get some photos. It's a really good price for what he does. New studio is in, I don't know if you want to say the city, but not like Stockery.
You're gonna find me.
Yeah.
It's in Covina.
Yeah, it's in Covina, so it's like super close, 30 minutes from downtown LA. So hit him up, and I'll put all of your socials and everything in the description. And also check out his prints, because his prints are super sick and they're up for sale on his site. Yeah, support. Love it. It's great stuff. Check out his work. Follow on Instagram and Twitter now, right?
Yeah. It's just you're gonna see a lot of retweets of people fighting. Nonsense.
I love it.
On my Twitter.
I love it. Was there anything else that I didn't cover that you wanted to say, or?
I guess there's one thing I do want to say. So, let's see. I guess like for people that, I guess it goes for anybody. Just like to be kind to whoever other people, like whoever you come in like contact with, like treat people with respect. Like just be nice to that person, because like you never, like, for one, you just gotta be nice to people, and then two, like you never know like who that person is, or like who that person can be like down the line. Like when I met Chad at the Smell, I could have been like a jerk and been, for some reason, been all like in his face, like, why are you asking me these questions? Like, who are you? Like do you work here? Like let me see like some credentials. Like, why are you asking me these questions? And if he could have been like, who is this guy? Like, and then he doesn't want to work with me, and he doesn't hit me up. And then I never do Chad's Home, and I never do a lot of the stuff that I got to do because of Chad's Home, and all because I was a jerk because just someone asked me a question about did I show my ticket or whatever. And I say that because at the Garden Amp, I was shooting for Surf Curse, and I was on stage taking photos because like I'm allowed to be up there. Some dude was like kind of hovering like a little bit too far, and I just let him know, like, hey man, like just let you know, like at a certain point they're gonna like kick you off the stage. Like if you want to shoot, like gotta be like right here. And because he was kind of in my way, but I didn't tell him that part. Like you're taking my shots, you know. So I told him that, he didn't like it, so he started questioning me, like asking me who am I to be telling him that. And he's like asking all these questions, and he's like, well, like, so why are you on here? Let me see your media pass, like if you're gonna be up here. So I went and I got it, and it was like, I showed my like Nothing Mag media, like whatever. And then like his whole attitude just like flipped. He's like, oh, so like how can I do that? How can I get one of those? Like started asking all these questions, like no, it's too late. Like you're being really rude to me. You're all like, you were like being disrespectful. And so I told him, like just get out of my face. Like so like he could have went about it completely differently. Could have been nice about it. I could have been like, hey, let me see your Instagram. Let me see your work. Maybe he has no work, and I could tell him like, hey, like I have a show coming up in the week. Come shoot the show. Like it could have been like really different compared to how he like handled it. It's like, just don't be that guy. Just be nice to people. Because that person could be Chad, or that person could be whoever.
Could be Robert.
Whoever could help you out with whatever, you know. He could have been part of the magazine. I could have like recommended him, and then he could have been on the stage shooting, and then.
Dude,
nice to people.
That's so true. That's such good advice. I feel like that's happened to me a bunch of times too, where like I'll meet somebody at a show or like before, and it's a band and they're just like being jerks, or like an artist is being a jerk, and then like a year down the road they're in the Chad's Home DMs trying to get on the show and acting super cool, and it's like, bro, I know you. I know you. So yeah, that's such good advice, man. Like it's and like you said, the first thing is like you should just be nice to people anyways. Like like it just helps your life. So that's awesome, man. Good way to end, my friend. Very good way to end. And thank you again for doing this. I know it's been cool to chat about everything and talk about our beginnings. I forgot a lot about those things. I didn't know that you bought a gimbal just to try and do this thing seriously. So thank you for that.
I had no money. I was broke. It was tough.
We're gonna make it big. We're gonna make it big one day, man. We're gonna make it big.
I can't afford this gimbal, but I need it.
Awesome. Well, with that, Robert Nuñez, everybody, go follow him and show him some love. Thank you for watching, and yeah, all good.